Yes, Mrs. Jones, I have it ready for you. That will be 90 cents and 16 points. Next, please. Who's next? Next, please. Who's next? Yes,
I'd like that bone, too.
That'll be one ration.
Well, I never heard of giving points to get bones for dogs.
I'll give the dog his bone.
What do you mean, outnumbered?
You only had one dog to lick.
One, not counting you and your gang.
I've got a good mind to pin your ears back. We didn't interfere.
You got rocks to hit Hobo with if you'd have been winning.
Call this a rock? It's a potato. Here, peel it. Gee, a man with can handle a knife like that ought to be valuable to us commandos. A guy who's yellow always knows tricks to keep from fighting. Well, maybe he ain't yellow. Maybe now you could be trained into a real good fighting man. That is, if you got rating.
What do you mean, rating?
He means, do you got any relations what's in uniform?
No.
You gotta have a service flag in your window, or you don't rate.
But I got my own rifle, and I can shoot, too.
We don't enlist nobody unless you can show he comes of fighting stock. We could maybe give you a big civilian defense job, like being our supply base, but you wouldn't rate no uniform.
What would I have to do?
Well... Well, for instance, we need a fort to practice raiding. How about this wreck here?
That's our trailer. You might break something.
So you don't want to cooperate, huh? What about this junk here? How about lending some of it to us for ammunition?
That's salvage. I've got to turn it in. It's the same as government property now.
Says you. Well, we're government and we come for it.
No.
Do we have to take it?
Yes, so.
You asked for it, the old one, too.
What is it, an invasion? Hey, you kids, cut it out. Don't you know there's sickness in the neighborhood? Or will be. Come on up here, come on. What are you...
Oh, it's you again, eh?
Oh, I got sore about someone made a pass at me, so I let him have it.
Huh?
There's nothing really wrong, sir. We were only training. Guess it maybe did look like the real thing.
Training, eh? Say, you're new here. What's your name?
Officer.
He's Henry. Henry Tate. He's my boy.
Nice lad. But the training he'll get from this hoodlum won't do him much good. Now get off the premises. And stay in your own backyard. Now, come on, get going.
Oh, Henry! Coming, Mother!
Come on, here. Get in your own yard and stay there.
Who started it, Henry?
Aw, you want to make a fort out of our trailer and raid it. Wish my nose didn't bleed so easy. Where have you been? Where were you during the fight? You went off and left me, huh?
Hello. How do you do? The policeman's right. Spike's my son, and he's a bad influence for any boy.
It was nothing. They're just boys playing. I hope you won't scold him.
Scold? A beating wouldn't help him. He's past all that.
You live right across the alley there. If you drop in, we might think of some way to keep our boys occupied and off the streets.
Nothing but a jail would ever keep him off the streets.
Henry, they couldn't hurt that old trailer. Why didn't you let the boys play with it?
That's our home, Ma. Can't never tell him Paul decided to move on again.
Don't say that. Don't even think that. Why, it's the first time we've ever had a place fit to live in. First time we've ever had linoleum on the kitchen floor. Curtains and real looking glasses. And we don't have to walk miles over the prairie just to see another human being. So we don't go crazy from being lonesome. I don't ever want to move away. I don't ever want to leave here.
So ain't lonesome here.
Eddie.
I can even put up with her. It's good to hear somebody laugh for a change.
She sure laughs easy.
Henry, you got to learn to tolerate folks. Everybody has good points. You got to be patient with humans, same as with animals. There's a side to humans, too.
But you never fool around with a bull. At least you got to stick to the ring in his nose.
You worried about that boy, Spike?
I should say not. He's not a bull. He just thinks he is. I'll find a way to make him like me, if I want him to like me.
Do you know how much money I made in 3 days, son?
No.
Look. And next week I'm on full-time. We can have decent clothes now and not look like scarecrows. Everybody will like us. You can have a soldier suit or a sailor cap like those other boys now if you want.
Aw, they only wear them to show off. They don't feel nothing inside. I can't be bothered with just playing at soldiering.
You never rightly learned to play. But you gotta learn. Playing's important to people, especially times like this.
I know, Ma, but it's different for you and Pa. You're doing more work. I don't fit in nowheres.
You're helping your pa and me. That's a job, too. Look, Henry. Paper doilies instead of tablecloths.
You mean you don't have to wash them?
No.
Oh.
Did you get any ice today?
Yes'm, and paid for it out of my errand money.
How much?
Oh, no, you don't. You just said I'm in this, too.
Well, put the meat on the ice and the berries in the milk. And don't shake the bottle or you'll lose the cream on top.
We're sure well off having an ice box. Bet Paul'll be surprised finding you working for once. We're rich. He'll be tickled.
Anybody here remember me?
Why, John, we didn't expect you for another week.
Well, I better get back before you run off with one of them city slickers.
You looking for somebody, mister?
Well, hello there, General. How's the war going? Are you winning any more battles lately?
Ouch! Darn that nose.
What ails you, son? You been in a fight?
Only a little skirmish.
Ah, these city kids ain't no good. Won't have to be bothered with them much longer. This project I've been working on is down around Oceanside. She ain't supposed to mention that because it's a gas plant for making rubber. It's a great big Army training camp. About 10,000 acres fenced off from the public. Saw some of those tank maneuvers down there. Shucks, you know them tanks ain't much different from tractors.
Did you enlist, Paul? You joined up?
Oh, now, son, you know there ain't no call for an old married man like me to go jumping into fighting clothes. The government will let me know when they get to me. In the meantime, I'm sticking with my family.
But if a man's family's able to do without him, he needn't hold back from joining. Not if he's a mind to.
It's like I ain't very welcome around here.
Tell him, Ma. Tell him how much you made in 3 days.
You working, Amy? Well, kind of belittles a man when his wife has to hire out.
Not in war times. It releases her man to do his duty. Well, we've always been a burden to you.
Well, it seems to me like that's for me to say. As far as I'm concerned, I'd like to move out of here tomorrow morning.
No, John. I couldn't desert my job. Not when they're short-handed. And I want Henry to stay on here where there's so many advantages. Where he can choose what he wants to be when he's grown up.
You mean to say farming ain't good enough for him?
Well, maybe it is and maybe it ain't. But he's gonna get an education first. Farming ain't gonna be forced on him.
Oh, now, Amy, don't get so all-fired put out about it. This place I got in mind don't need any pioneering like we done in Kansas and Missouri and Dakota. This place is a going place. It's 20 acres, all bearing fruit trees. Laying up in the hills of only about 10 miles from the oceans. Oranges and avocados.
A house?
Oh, it's got a fine old farmhouse on it built by the Spaniards.
Must be pretty old then.
Oh, it's kind of old, but got a history.
But no sink or bathtub, I suppose.
Oh, I'm telling you, they really built the houses in those days. It's great big timbers. Of course, it needs a little fixing up, the roofing and such, but the barn's been kept right up.
So we can live in the barn like we did in Missouri till you get around to fixing up the house. Any neighbors?
Oh, sure. There's a ranch about 4 miles away. You get that, son? There's a ranch about 4 miles away right where the schoolhouse is. Maybe you can ride a horse to school.
It'll have to wait.
Now, Amy, this can't wait. The owner's got a couple of boys in the Navy, and he's practically willing to give the place away so he can follow them around. I already got enough money for the down payment. That is, lacking a few dollars. Oh, all right. He said he'd trust me for that.
There'll be no moving, John.
Well, I don't know. When a woman takes to wearing the pants, I guess there ain't nothing else for a man to do but to get out. Learn to wear a girdle.
Did you finish the job up there?
Yeah, the company's laying us off till they start a new housing project.
They're looking for men at the steel company shipbuilding department. Starting green at 78 cents an hour.
Building ships, huh? You know, floods drove us out of Missouri. Lack of rain ground us into dust into Kansas. And you think I can work at anything to do with water? Water's my natural enemy. I guess it's having neighbors that makes you so stuck on this place. You don't like to have them 4 miles away, huh? Well, there's one there about 4 feet away. That ought to make you holler for joy.
Don't fret about Paul. When you want Paul to do a thing, you gotta make out you don't think he's able to. If I told Paul the city's got him licked, you couldn't drive him away. He'd stay and fight, same as I want to do. Unless you think we're yellow.
Henry, what a thing to say.
Well, easy come, easy go. So long. Better luck next time. Thanks. Hello, Tate. How'd you make out?
Well, I managed to save enough to pay you the rent.
Forget it. After business hours, I can struggle along without yours for a while. Want you to meet an important man around here. Knows all the ropes. Eddie, this is Tate with the construction company. Eddie Moore, Tate. How are you, Tate? Still on the job, Tate?
Oh, no, I'm kind of laying off for a while.
Oh, there's a few good jobs open right now. Glad to spot a friend of Krager's.
You in the employment business?
No, just good connections, that's all.
Haven't seen you around recently. Where you been keeping yourself?
Oh, I've been on an out-of-town project. Laying a foundation for a gas plant.
Oh, is that so? Around here?
Oh, well, now, I couldn't tell you that. That's a military secret, you know.
Ah, sure, Eddie knows. He just wanted to see if you talk too much. Come on down to the bar, buy you a drink.
Okay.
What'll it be, Tate?
Oh, beer.
Bottle of beer. Better take something stronger. You look like you had a long trip.
No, less than 100 miles.
Well, there it is, boys. Beat it. Yeah, you did. Well, so long, fellas. I'll be seeing you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Oh, Raleigh. How's the job going?
Pretty stiff work. I got a heavy cargo to get aboard a freighter by 3 o'clock in the morning. Good night.
Well, see you around.
Have another?
Oh, no, thanks. It's my first night home in 2 weeks. I got to get home to the family.
Give you a lift?
Oh, no, I just live around the corner, one of Mr. Krieger's houses.
He's next to the Bailey trailer. Oh, cute trick. The Bailey firm, I mean. Lots of laughs.
Yeah, that's right.
Pier 10, 3 o'clock.
Good morning, Mrs. Tate. Don't you ever take a day off?
I don't mind ironing.
Well, make hay while the sun shines, I always say. Did we disturb you last night? That fellow Eddie's the grandest company in the world. You know, he's the best sense of humor. He told me the funniest story I ever heard in my life last night. Wish I could remember what it was. Oh, he kills me. He's so refined and everything. I go for the refined type. And he's very influential, too. He gets positions for people. He's sort of undercover man. He put my husband in a swell job in the steel plant. Keeps him working day and night. But Eddie's so thoughtful. He sees I don't get lonesome. Takes me everywhere. Well, my husband don't mind my going out with other men. In fact, he wants me to. He wants other men to wear me. Oh, would you mind pressing this handkerchief for me, dear? Thank you.
All right, man, we'll raid the trailer now.
Ain't we gonna get permission?
You don't ask permission from the enemy to bomb 'em. Come on.
Hey, what about them Roman candles? Give me one.
Wait a minute, I'm doing this.
Hiya, fellas, what's up?
We're raiding your trailer. Any arguments?
No trait to capture an undefended object.
Want to defend it?
You mean I'm one of your commandos?
Nah, you can be the enemy, like a Nazi Jap or Axis.
Oh, I'll be neuter.
Okay. Now, these is bombs. You can have some of these for defense. Just Roman candles and sparklers. We ain't allowed no firecrackers, you understand? Now, you get in the fort and defend it. We'll give you a couple minutes to get ready, and then we'll come after you. Okay?
Okay.
All right, you guys. We've landed. Now, we'll sneak in. And don't fire till I give the word. Get down. Okay, crawl on up. All right, men, fire!
You should have used strategy. Now, was this supposed to be a reconnaissance maneuver, or were you trying to establish a preliminary bridgehead?
What do you care?
Gotta use your brains in this war. More important than bullets. Gotta study strategy. Now, first, you ought to send an advance patrol, scout the enemy, and locate targets, like munition dumps.
You better get busy with some of that strategy. Your trailer's on fire!
it's you again, eh? Who started it?
A fellow with a cigarette.
And what fellow?
We didn't see his face, because he dropped it from a P-38.
I ought to run you in, that's what
I'll lay a flat, but he did it, making a smoke screen.
How about that, lad?
Sorry, sir. I did make a smoke screen.
I'll take care of him, mister. My boy's done anything, I'll tend to it myself.
So, wise guy, do you remember what I told you about staying in your own backyard? You've asked for it. Come on, get in there and stay there.
Hey, up. If you got a permit to carry a gun...
Get tough right there, and the rest of you, too. Go on, and stay out of here.
Amy, imagine. It might have been awful. I might have had to be rescued. And me with no makeup on yet.
You didn't set fire to that trailer on purpose, did you? So we wouldn't have to move. Well, we're just going to move anyway, even if we have to walk. Now, are we going to move out of here together, or do I go alone?
I guess you go alone.
Oh, that's how it is, huh? You even set my own boy against me.
Now, John.
Well, you set him a fine example of disrespecting. And a fine education he's getting. Left to run the streets so his ma can make extra money with gym cranks.
Was an accident, Pa. I wouldn't have done it on purpose. Now would I? After all the good times we've had in it.
Your mother's.
Aw, don't worry about Ma none. I'll get her to see things our way. You know the city thing's got us licked, but...
Who said it's got us licked? Why, I've been offered all kinds of paying jobs. Yeah, and I can handle anything they got and give them pointers.
Yes, you could, Pa. For instance, if I wanted to turn this trailer into a fruit stand, how'd you go about it?
Well, there ain't nothing to it. You just pull off the burnt part and hang a door over it. You put some hinges up the top, put a couple of props on the bottom to hold it open, then you put a lock on the bottom, so... What do you want with a fruit stand?
Well, maybe not fruit. Maybe soft drinks. Just have a business where I can make enough so we can buy a fancy trailer, like Mrs. Bailey's over there. Gee, I bet Ma'd go for that. Gosh, you're handy, all right. You're a heap lot smaller than the other folks around here. It's a pity there ain't no way to tell the head folks about you. Shucks, they'd even be offering you army commissions to teach things to the soldiers. If they knew about you.
Yeah.
Hello. Won't you come in? Lovely day, don't you think?
My boy set the fire. I'm willing to pay for the damage.
But there wasn't no damage.
Well, what about the trailer?
Won't you come in and sit down, please? I was just about to have a cup of tea, and I'd just love to have you join me. Do you like sugar in your tea? Because I don't have any cream or lemon. You don't know how many years I've been hoping to get shut of that trailer. We've moved from just every place, Missouri.
Hello, lad.
Morning, officer.
Say, why are you always defending Spike? Sure, you're no help to me.
Why make war on a fella that don't count? We got plenty to do. Fighting Nazis and Japs.
Oh, you know a lot about...
Don't know. For instance, how did you go about getting a commission? Like...
Now is it?
For me? For Pa. He can hit a squirrel between the eyes at 100 yards. And no sights on his rifle.
Is that so? No sights. Wait now. If he could do it with no gun, that'd be something.
It's true. I can do it, too.
I'd like to see.
You see, we didn't have no springs or even a trigger on our old rifle. And when you held back the hammer with your thumb, you couldn't see the sights. So we just learned not to use them.
Well, that's something, huh?
Load her up again.
May I have something to stand on, mister?
Yeah, you betcha, Sonny. Here you are.
There you are, Matt. Stand right there.
Is this gun loaded?
Yep, fire away.
Sorry, sir.
Well, that's all right. Let's see you do it again. Hey, that's some shooting, kid. How do you do it?
It's like squirting a hose to knock over a bee. Anything you look at, you hit.
All right. Let's see you hit that bird up there on the right. That's enough for me.
Only the sounds of the livestock and your own voices day and night. I just love every noise here. Even that. Neighbors visiting. Well, it just doesn't seem real yet.
Joe was going from bad to worse until he finally landed in jail before he was 19. And my last boy, Spike, takes after his brother. City's never been nothing but grief to me.
But your son Joe's in the Army now. That's wonderful.
It brings me money from the government. But I don't ever hear from Joe, and I don't ever expect to.
Oh, you got company. I was just wondering if your iron's still hot, if you'd mind running it over these things.
Not at all.
Thank you, dear. Any time in the next hour will do.
I wonder if she heard. You see, Spike doesn't know about his brother Joe. When I came west to see Joe go, I stayed on, thinking maybe in new surroundings Spike could change. But he didn't, unless for the worst.
Mrs. Bailey won't talk. She's a little peculiar, but she's sort of understanding.
Pa! Ma! You never guess. Oh, you never guess. Up. Over.
Mad dog, heaven preserve us all.
Sorry, ma'am. He's painting. He's practically in the Army already. I met a soldier and he trains dogs, and they raise a star and they take him for training, and I can write to Hobo, and Hobo lets my letters. And if he doesn't get good as a regular, he gets sent as a soldier.
Henry, what are you talking about?
Hobo's in the Army. Did you get that, Pa? Hobo's in the armed forces.
Moving right up, ain't we? Right up with the swells.
Never mind pressing the dress, dear.
Oh, I don't mind. I'll do it.
Oh, no. I have another little dress I can wear. I just wanted to be cool for the beach. Eddie's taking me.
Eddie, your husband?
Oh, no. Eddie's my husband's friend. He takes me out when my husband's working.
Seems like your husband's always working.
That's right. Oh, you never met Mr. Bailey, did you? He's so cute, and he simply adores me. But he likes other men to admire me, too. But it's all on the up and up, you know. Well, so long.
Well, that shows you what city life will do for you. You're going to try to make a fighter out of Hobo, huh? You know, Hobo ain't never learned nothing but to be gentle. Maybe nip at the cow's heels to hurry him along a little. Now I guess he'll get to be mean. Maybe a killer. More than likely, he'll just fizzle out like your pa, trying to do something he don't belong to. That's me. I'm a big machinery man now in a steel mill.
Did you take a job?
Yeah. Instead of trying to feed the Army from a farm where I ought to be, I'll probably end up being fed myself.
Henry, is the man coming for Hobo, or how did you go about it?
He'll be along here. Has to get yours and Pa's consent. Here, Hobo. It's a duty, Hobo. It just ain't to have a star to show off. If I put up a star, it's because you're out there fighting to save us from being slaves. Do you understand, Hobo? Do you? So you see, Hobo, you gotta do your bit too. When it's all over, we'll play again. You'll see. You'll make a fine soldier, Hobo.
Some dog. Some soldier. Boy, is he a fighting fool. Bet he could lick his weight in old shoes.
Hobo, attack.
Hey, get out! Hey, cut him off, will you? Leave me alone! Get out! Leave me alone! Hey, cut out! Hey, cut him off, will you? Cut him off! Hey, cut out! Hey, cut him off, will you? Cut him off! Go, you!
Stay. Say, you should wear a padded suit when you want to train a dog.
I ain't training him.
Nice going, Hobo. Okay, buddy. I got your parents' consent. Have you got a leash for him?
You won't need a leash. He'll follow you.
All right. Come on, Hobo.
Can you imagine that? Hobo's a war dog.
Come on, old boy. You and I are going to see a lot of each other. Now, remember, Bud, if there's any kind of special dog food he likes, you send it to me and I'll see that he gets it.
I will, sir.
Come on, Hobo. I don't want you to worry about it.
Good luck, Hobo. Nip them nips. I should have kicked his ribs in.
Oh, yeah? Well, maybe he's only a dog, but at least he's never been in prison like your brother Joe.
That's a lie, and I'll kill anyone who says it. Mama! Mama! Mama, what's the matter? Your back, and John Pearson was torpedoed.
Would you like to be our commanding officer? We figure you know a lot about this strategy, and we ought to get some of it too. Did Spike send you?
No, we off him, cause his brother Joe was in jail. We don't want to get mixed up with no gangster.
You've got no right to hold it against him. What his brother is or does, you're deserters.
Who asked you to stick up for me? What you trying to do, square yourself for starting the story?
I didn't. I didn't even know about it.
Well, you know now what kind of stock I'm from, so you better watch your step.
I gotta lock up. Gotta go. Have to see Hobo at the training camp today. He's graduating. Wanna come along?
Well, what do you know? Ain't we palsy-wowsy all of a sudden? No, thank you. I think I'll stick around and run your stand for you. We'll mind your stand for you, Hank, till you get back. Do you want a punch in the nose? Well, do I run your stand for you? Or rather you would like to pay protection money? Well, if it isn't your friend, Law and Order.
Darn that nose.
What happened to it?
Does it for no reason at all. Stanley's gonna watch my stand. I gotta go see Hobo at the fort. He's graduating today. I was wondering if you could kind of keep an eye on the stand, please. If you want something or want to lock up, here's the key.
Well, sure, I'll keep my eye on it. And I know the boys will take good care of it.
Ha-ha! Ain't we sitting pretty with the police? Help yourself to an apple, officer. A nice red one to match your nose.
You can give Cloudy an orange, sir. And that goes for the rest of the fellas, too. So long, fellas.
So long, Andy.
Well, Cloudy, you're going to get an orange, are you, huh? Hello, what's the bandage on your arm? Did you hurt yourself?
That's my morning.
Morning? It's white. Morning's black.
Black didn't show up on me.
Please go through, Hobo, please!
I'm sorry, son. I always have to force him through smoke and water. I thought maybe he'd deliver today with you here, and the other dogs leading. But I'm afraid he just hasn't got what it takes. Maybe we'll try again sometime. How you going back to town? I'll give you a lift. How'd you like to ride the Jeep?
No, thanks. Got a couple of places want to see, something to do.
Sure have bad luck for a fella that don't want to go home.
Oh, hello, Tate.
Hi.
Come in here a minute. You quit that job, huh?
Yeah, that's out of my line.
Want a job as watchman?
Who, me?
Oh, no, just to tide things over until something better comes along. I have a few positions in mind for you where you'll be boss.
No, that's more like it. I guess you heard about that little sample I gave him over the steel mill.
I'll tell the world I did. Oh, listen, you're a natural. Now, this watchman job, it's to guard a special cargo. Needs a special man.
Oh, I don't know as I'd drop so low as to be a guard. I think I'll circulate around a while and see what I can run onto.
Come on down and have a drink.
Oh, sure.
Think I'll join you.
you doing there, Bub?
I'll have your supper in a minute.
Oh, I don't want nothing to eat. Might sit down for a minute, if it's all right.
Hobo! Henry, are you there? What went wrong, Henry?
Hobo didn't make it.
Well, it don't surprise me none. There ain't nothing to get upset over, son. There's lots of us trying to do things we don't belong in. What we ought to do is to quit this tomfoolery and go on back where we belong.
John. What happened, Henry?
Wouldn't go into the water or fire. He's just a coward.
Hush, Henry. That isn't because he's a coward. When you were too little to remember, Hobo had some dreadful experiences. Our barn caught fire once, and he went into the burning barn and got the horses out. And then the hayloft fell on him, and he almost burned to death.
Sure, horses he understands. But who ever heard of trying to win a man's war with dogs?
John. And once in Missouri, Hobo went into the floodwaters after a chicken coop, covered with chickens. He was trying to get it to shore when a sudden rush of water carried him away, carried him for miles. He had an awful struggle to get out. You cried and you carried on, but you're only 4 and you don't remember those.
I'm sorry, Hobo. I apologize. I didn't mean it. Oh, Hobo. Oh, come on, Hobo. You're the best dog in the world. Come on.
Here, Hobo. Take it. We're glad to have you back.
Well, I'm going now. Did you say anything?
No.
Well, if you think... Well, I've been offered a job as a night watchman. I guess I better take it. I got no place to sleep anyway.
John.
But I tell you, I seen him, and the kid was crying. Look, there he is. Well, if it ain't my old friend, Hobo the bozo. So your dog's back on a furlough, is he? Welcome home, soldier. He didn't make good. You're telling me he's yellow. You don't like fire, you don't like water. He joined the army, but he hadn't oughter. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Hey, cut it out! Stop it! Leave off, will you? Oh, cut it out! Oh, quit it! And if I would get a dog and put your business, you gave it a dirty chance! Henry. Don't ever come back in my yard again! None of you! Beat over! Oh, to the fizzle! You didn't make friends or nothing!
That ain't true. Everyone likes you.
We still belong, though. We got a country. They can't take that away from us.
Of course not. Everybody has that, Henry.
I guess all soldiers are scared going into battle.
Of course they are.
Oh, brace up, hobo. We've been through worse storms than this. You ought to know. Come on, lend me a hand. Carry some of those papers. All right, boy. Go get some more.
He sure made a monkey out of Spike. And he show you strategy. He's smart.
If I thought I could rely on you, men.
You can rely on us. We're reliable.
If you'll run the stand, I'll pay you 10%.
Get your eyes on
Where's Pa?
In the bedroom.
You enlisted?
No, son, I ain't enlisted.
But you're in uniform.
Yeah, I guess you think all a guy needs is a uniform to be a big shot. This here ain't no uniform, it's just a guard's outfit. Well, I guess I got a chance of getting shot at that. If my luck don't change.
You ain't got a pistol, Pa. Better take the old rifle and know more about it.
John,
Yeah?
the uniform's mighty becoming to you.
Yeah. Pretty, ain't it? Well, I'm doing the best I can to keep up with you. You and your girlfriend.
Which only goes to show he was just dying to grab you in his arms. That's men for you. But did you see the look he give me? As much as to say, come here, darling, while I wring your neck.
Hello there.
Oh, hello, Eddie. Come on in.
Hiya, Sugarpuss. How do, Mrs. Tate? What are you doing, getting a repaint job? Oh, say, that's no repaint job. She's the latest model. I'll have to put her down as a client for the SPLW.
What's SPLW?
Society of Prevention of Lonely Women.
Oh, Eddie. Didn't I tell you I had a wonderful sense of humor? Come on, Eddie, let's get going. Now, you leave it set a couple of days, and it'll just look fine. Goodbye, Amy.
Goodbye.
Got any money, Ma? Oh, the government. It's a allotment check. Oh, give me $2, Ma. Do you hear me? Give me $2. I'm going to amusement pier. I'm sick of this bunch around here.
This ain't the allotment check, Spike. This is a letter from your brother Joe, from overseas.
Joe? What's he say, Ma? This is a lot of bunk. Joe never said that. Bet you an MP had him covered. Somebody else made him write that. Yell at my foot. Not Joe.
Did you have enough to eat?
Uh-huh.
You almost finished?
I put back all the broken places and drawn in the missing countries. Just put the Dutch East Indies back.
But, Henry, what's that?
That's Japan. I ain't bothering to put that back.
Oh, Henry.
I gotta check up on a few things at the stand, Ma. Won't be long.
Don't be late. Remember the curfew.
Are you in there, Tate?
Who's that?
That's you, Tate?
Oh, hello, Moore.
Okay.
Sure, get sleepy. Hang around this place all night.
How you doing?
Oh, all right, I guess. All right.
Hey, you better have a drink. Wake you right up.
Yeah, I guess I might as well. Ain't nothing else to do around here.
Oh, well, this job is only a temporary one. I got something else in mind for you, a good job. Lots of responsibility. Right up your line.
Well, that sounds something more like it. Thanks. You know, I've been reading about these tanks. I've seen some of them maneuvers. I can't figure out if they're going... Let's see. Let's see.
Took a shot at me.
Leaving to me. I'll take care of it. There you are. There you are, laddie. How are you now, huh? You're all right. Now, don't talk.
Where'd the kid come from?
He was inside. Yes, he's one of the boys of the neighborhood. Here's your dog, too. Yeah? You're all right. Come on, get up now. There you are. There you are. You're all right, aren't you? Huh?
All right.
Yes.
Paul! Paul! Paul's inside!
No.
There's Paul! Paul!
Wait a minute, my boy. Now, wait.
Bring that kid over here.
He's under arrest. He broke the curfew.
No.
If he'd only talk and tell us something. Henry, where's your father?
You didn't set the fire, did you, Henry? Was it my boy, Spike?
I got a stew on, in the pot, I mean. First time I ever cooked in my life. Hope it won't poison you all. If it's good, I'm going to save some for cutie pie. He gets home tonight. Oh, it's you again.
Now, don't worry, Mrs. Tate. Everything's going to be all right. Mrs. Bailey, I'll have a word with you for just a minute. Oh, darling, you've read my mind.
You got your tickets? This is the third one today. Do you think I am, a ration book?
Hello, baby. Are you ready? We're going to Reno. I've got the tickets and everything.
You've got another trip coming to you, laddie.
Okay.
Will you excuse your boyfriend?
Friend? I never saw him before in my life.
All right, all right.
Oh, sabotager. Oh, dear.
John, where's your guard's uniform?
Oh, I quit that job. But I got another one.
Doing what?
Oh, I just made up my mind to do it, and I'd done it. I enlisted.
John, what? You didn't need to. I'll go to the farm. We'll raise avocados.
Oh, no, we won't. I just ate one.
Come in.
Who's running this house? Come in. John Tate? Yeah, that's me.
Henry Tate?
Yes, sir?
I have the honor of informing both of you and your dog Hobo that you have been recommended for a citation for valor. Congratulations.
Well, what do you think of that, Amy?